Hello, it's wonderful to be with you right now. In this section, we're going to be doing in a very important section I do with my clients called the About section in LinkedIn. And this is kind of an extensive writing exercise that tells the story of your professional life. I think you'll find this very enlightening. Okay, here we are. In this particular section, I'm going to be concentrating on, when I work with my clients, probably one of the most important aspects of developing your LinkedIn profile, specifically correctly. Now, I'm going to be using my own titles in this, what we call the About section, which used to be called the Summary section in LinkedIn, in the early days, but now they call it the About section. And the reason I'm putting up my titles or breaking down my titles, because in our previous video, I was covering, developing your title, and I said how important that would be to develop your professional story for LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn is really a professional interactive story of your professional life. And so I'm going to take you through somewhat of the process that I usually work with when I work with clients to develop a unique fingerprint by using kind of my own fingerprint. I'm showing you how I developed that fingerprint. And so I have broken down my title into 5 different parts, right? 5 different parts. The first title is a digital transformation executive. Second title is chief marketing and innovation strategist. Third title, advanced LinkedIn and digital marketing trainer. Fourth title, artist. Fifth title, moderator, virtual league, which is basically a special networking group that I developed, and I'm now the moderator of that. Now, breaking this all down, you can begin to look at targeted words, right? So I'm just going to really express to you some of these specific targeted words that we have here that are making me be seen in search in certain ways. So digital, big tag, right? Like a lot of people are looking at digital things, digital artist, digital transformation, digital executive, digital marketing. Digital is a big word. Transformation, it's a tagline right now in this whole world of digital transformation. It's a kind of new industry, big industry now in the world we live in, about everything going to the digital space. Executive, right? That tags me kind of as a person that networks with other executives. Then I have chief marketing and innovation strategist. So we have marketing, innovation, and chief, which puts me kind of like at a level of somebody that if I'm networking with a CEO or vice president. And a strategist, something I've been calling myself for decades, really is a targeted word too, in a way that people search for strategy a lot in LinkedIn. Like they might look for strategy. So tag words. And then I get to my third area, which is what you're watching right now in my particular area, which is advanced LinkedIn and digital marketing trainer. Again, all those are tags: advanced LinkedIn, digital marketing trainer, tag. That's a tag to be found in LinkedIn. And then I have that area where I've kind of discussed in my previous video about having something unique about yourself or personal about yourself. And one of the unique things about me is I'm also a visual artist. I'm not just a business person or a digital business person. I'm a visual artist. So I'm an artist, so I tell an artistic story. And then as I said before, I created a virtual networking group within LinkedIn and the virtual space, and I moderate that group. So that puts some interest into me. So I'm giving you examples as you can use yourself, breaking this down a little bit further for yourself. Okay, so this is a big one, right? I would say this about area, used to be called summary, about area in LinkedIn is the single most important aspect of your profile. It really is the section where you describe your career, your skills, and your professional brand. So this in effect is your career pitch. This is the reason to connect with you, the reason you're on LinkedIn, the purpose of being there and why you're there and what you're trying to accomplish. So this bit of writing, what I'm going to go through with you, which is a very intensive kind of writing exercise, or imaginative writing exercise, is vitally important to your success on LinkedIn. So you get 2,000 characters and word limit. And now I put characters to be specific because sometimes you can put special characters. For example, at the top of there, you might have, how to contact you. So you have a little icon with an email icon or any of those widgets. Now, since LinkedIn is actually a Microsoft product bought by Microsoft for $36 billion, so it's a Microsoft product, it does have integration formatting with Word. So if you used any of the widgets in Word, usually they will hold inside this About section, and that can make you look a little more interesting, because LinkedIn by itself is a written visual presentation, right? So you can play with it a little bit by having widgets or special characters or images within these 2,000 limit, which I often do. I have special characters, or I have things that I stress with a widget or an image widget, you would say. Very important ability to do that. So in a way, you're thinking of what we used to call desktop publishing, image publishing, design, word design, within this character to make you unique. So we're going to dig into this because this is an intensive exercise that I work on with people. So story development, right? So I'm breaking down, as I would with any client, after we have finalized their specific titles, their titles. Remember, I said more than one title. It's very unwise to just have a title that I'm an engineer or I'm a sales manager, because LinkedIn is an interactive space, and LinkedIn, in its fact, really is a search engine. People don't understand what I mean by that. Like Google is a search engine, LinkedIn is a search engine. And I'm using LinkedIn as a search engine for companies and peoples. Companies first, then people. That'll all make sense a little bit later. So what is a digital transformation? What is digital transformation? See, I'm breaking down the title within the title. So what I'm going to do is use LinkedIn and Google together, who control search, and I'll begin to look at everything in digital transformation, like every professional person or industry, organization, or group, to develop targeted keywords that I said in my keyword session are targeted phrases. When I can do is hybrid and kind of bring them in to start building the building blocks of this unique about summary section of my professional life. And that's the way you should be thinking of it too. So you're utilizing the actual search data for each industry data to actually build this piece by piece, right? Like a puzzle. So it gets bigger, right? So it depends on your industry, but some industries are large. So if I were to say, what is marketing, what is innovation, what is a strategist, I'm pretty positive right now when I go to Google, it's going to be a huge amount of results. But so that gives me a huge ability to use and build this puzzle up a little bit more. So this is now my fourth piece of the puzzle. I have four things. I'm going to integrate the wording and the aspect of marketing, the wording and aspect of innovation, the wording and aspects of being a strategist. This now allows you to know, as I'm digging deeper, when people first say, oh, you have 2,000 characters, that's a lot. That may come to light right now when I'm discussing this to you, that really is not a lot when you break down your titles. Your ideal situation is to build up something that you'll have to edit down to refine it. Professional writers out there, this is something they love to do, but not all of us are professional writers, and we don't write on a daily basis. So what I'm showing you is building blocks, right? So you're really using the World Wide Web and the internet search to help you build these blocks without trying to make up this out of your head. Because in the professional world, it's all been written down before. All these job descriptions and strategy and all this stuff has been written about extensively in blogs or in areas. So you can begin to piece together this. We're on the fourth piece of the puzzle of how I developed this and showing you a bit of my strategy of developing with other clients. Right, so then I go to my next title, Digital Marketing Trainer. Now, trainer's a big word, right? So there's a lot of different definitions of what a trainer would be. Digital marketing is a big industry tag, and it encompasses a huge amount of wording. So what I'm looking to do is hybrid those two into what is significant and unique about being a trainer, and then the people I work with. And also I break that down in, when I get into the about section, is about highlighting perhaps people I've worked with, right? So I might highlight particular companies or individuals. This increases my ability. Now, of course, keep this in mind for yourself. If you worked for a brand name company before or a known name, then this allows me to leverage brand equity. And when I bring up the word brand equity, a lot of people say that's like a terminology word, an industry word, but brand equity is extremely important. It means that because you have worked with some other individuals or groups or associations, you're now somewhat affiliated with them. I mean, you're blessed that you have worked with them and you worked with them well and you're respected by them. That gives you what we call brand equity. And that can actually help you with your next career move, your next business move, your next personal development. Keep that in mind throughout your life, because everything you touch and work with has brand equity. Okay, so I told you I'm breaking down something that is interest. This is really important what I'm going to say now, because a lot of my clients, when I'm working with them, they get stuck in this arena. Holistically, you're a holistic individual, holistic professional, and you may have many different interests. I mean, you may be an engineer, but you're also a person that likes to make your own home films or movies. You may have certain skills or likes that you just really didn't express because you thought that they weren't important to tell because you're in a certain career field or not. And I'm telling you that they really are, because the people looking at you, the VPs, the CEOs, the HR directors, and all those things, they have similar interests too, you know? So, I mean, there could be an executive in HR that's looking at you and they're married to somebody that's like a filmmaker. So there's this emotional tie there. So people realize there's always an emotional tie to likability and to relationship marketing. LinkedIn is really a relationship marketing tool. So you want to be complete about your life and what your interests are and what your skills are and what your relation to your history is, so that you can begin to do that attraction factor with everybody that you potentially would view what you have, or you tell them about what you have. So the attraction factor has to be, really ramped up in this way. That's why this particular 2,000 character word space is the most important aspect of LinkedIn, often forgotten by many. So I go on to again specifically profile something unique about myself, that I've created a group and I'm a moderator of a group. That also shows, community development skills, and that's including, very important to be able, the ability to build community. That's the ability to network, build community. I mean, community could be as much as, 2 people in a room or thousands and thousands of people all organized online. But community building is what I'm looking at here. And so we're all creating our own tribe, right? We all are. And everybody out there that has been in marketing, sales, or business development in some ways realize that it is about the interconnectivity of people that creates the opportunity, right? And what I'm looking at is I'm building this puzzle right now. I'm building this puzzle with you to build a puzzle that's complete. Once that puzzle is complete, it is an image that can be seen and utilized by many to approach you in the right way and get you into the right fit. So many people out there have ended up in careers that they're really not satisfied with, because there's this reluctance to be holistic in their story to the people they want to work with or a potential employer. Because sometimes out there, and I've seen this many times by working with executives, that they love the individual they hired, but they actually had something new going on in the company. And when they got into the company, they would have had a perfect fit when they knew that they had that. So they're 1 year, they hire the person, they're 1 year into the company, 2 years of the company, they realize that they have these special skills or interests. And they would have actually hired them in the other area, maybe for actually more money or more incentive or more happiness for themselves if they would have told a complete story. So this is really, really vitally important part of what I work with clients and a vitally important part of your LinkedIn profile. Okay, now in this final area right here, I'm kind of breaking down. You will see my breakdown of my summary as we discussed it, and you will see that I have begun to edit down in order to get to the 2,000 characters. So some of the things that are very, very stressed, they actually can go into different sections after that, because I built something so extensive, I cannot fit that into this 2,000 characters. So what does that mean? I'll tell you what that means. It means that some of those parts are going to go into other regions like experience, which we'll be talking about, and other regions of LinkedIn to utilize them, but not give them up because they still make you unique. But they didn't make the cut for the summary, for the About section. Thank you for watching this video on the About section. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time.